Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Super Bowl Sunday. I hope everybody's enjoying their day, getting ready for the big game tonight. So let's knock through the stock market, see what we're going to be looking at tomorrow. We'll look at crypto. I'm telling you, something big is going on in crypto. I have no idea what it is, but you can just see something happening on these charts. They are setting up and getting ready to do something. So I can tell you that, and it looks good. That's what it looks like to me. Even the ETF 500's pulled back, and I'm telling you what, on the weekends anymore, the last 2 weekends have been the exact same thing. A new meme coin will come out this weekend. It was Jowl Day or Portnoy Jowl Stool, whatever it's called, and yeah, that thing's insane today. So it ran up this morning. It was pulling back already. I was watching. I mean, the money just flowing into these things is ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. So that's why you're seeing people just swap out and jump into the new ones, and then they swap back in, whether they gain anything or lose. Then they swap back and get back in. So I think you're seeing a lot of that go on. And like I said, these meme coins are wild. I've been watching them, and they're just fun to watch, to be honest with you. And if you're gonna get on them, you have to move fast. I was telling my buddy, I'm not even kidding. I just messed around with one of them. It came up like and within a second, you see like hundreds of them. They literally create hundreds of them every second, and so I just threw like 30, $40 in one, and it literally went up to like $1.40, $1.50 within like a minute or two. And I'm trying to sell the damn thing, and I literally couldn't even sell it because they were actually pulling the rug while I was trying to get out of it before they were trying to pull the rug because I was looking at the chart and it said, I forget what it said, of something about like the instability or something. It said it was too unstable and it couldn't make the swap. And yeah, so you got to be so careful. And again, I tried to do it knowing that the rug, because it jumped up like a couple candles, and I was like, oh, let me get out of this thing. I already had it set up, hitting the swap, and that fast I see it just started red candle and straight up to like $1.40. This thing's in the pennies, and it just like goes nuts. And I'm like, holy shit, get out of this thing. I just made like I'll make good ass money, and yeah, I couldn't even sell it. So you have to be super careful, and I kind of did it. I mean, I was playing around anyway. It wasn't anything big, but yeah, just kind of seeing how they really work if you can get in and out of these things. And again, yeah, sometimes they start pulling that rug on you. You're not getting out of it. It'll say it's unstable and instability. And yeah, there's not even enough coins left for you to even trade it. So they're crazy. I'm telling you, they are wild. And that's what I talk about. And yeah, ETF is pulling back, but I actually loaded up more, and I'm like right around 1 million coins. So I got a pretty good amount, and I think I'll even be adding more so that I put it. I want to go over that, so I'll probably add some more while it's down here. Might as well, and it will be going back up. And like I said, I'm looking at it as in a month or two, 3 months down the road during the summertime, probably it'll really be moving. So I'm not worrying about some pullbacks on the weekends like this. And again, you got to understand where the pivot of the money is starting, the influx is going, and that's why you pay attention and you see that, and you don't really get that stressed out. So yeah, that it's crazy. I'm telling you, the meme coins, but again, be very, very careful. I mean, they are just volatile. Even I jumped into the stool one, and I got in that one at like 8 cents. I doubled my money. I got out at like 16 cents or 14 cents, right around there. I forget. It was last night. I was getting tired. I was like, I'm going to bed, and I am definitely not holding this thing while I go to bed. It was actually up this morning to like 20 or 21, but it was definitely pulling back. I've said that's probably the top right there. It might not get back up there, and it was pulling back. I'll look at it during the show and tell you what it looks like. But yeah, it's just crazy with these meme coins. And like I was explaining the other night when I did the whole overview of crypto, this is exactly what I was talking about. It is a whole different market out there, guys. And there's some people making a fortune, and especially these people that are creating these coins. So there you go with the meme coin talk. Here we go. Let's rock and roll through our stocks. Let me know if you want to see anything that's not on the list. I'll definitely go through it. And let's get cruising here. Oh, I never even did this. Hold on. I'm going to share that so I can actually pop that up here. There we go. All right, here we go. All righty, here we go. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Here we go. MGOL. That thing was popping up on Friday, Thursday, and Friday, and I still have some. So it looks like it wants to run. I mean, this thing could get up to the dollar range if it gets really cruising there tomorrow. So we will see what it wants to do in the morning, but it's not looking bad. It got over that 20 where we were talking about in pre-market on Friday. It stayed up there and did close around like 45 cents. Where was it? It says 40 on here. It was at like 44. I know that. So somewhere's in that range. It's over 40. Let's put it that way. And it is looking pretty good for that MGOL. I wouldn't be chasing it up there, that's for sure. But again, I posted it at 12 cents and it's at 40. So I'd say that's a pretty good run up right there. And our BHAT, this one's getting to be in a really good spot and was looking great on Friday. So keep your eye on BHAT here. BHAT, it did run up 5 to 7. It closed at 5. Has to get right over that and stick at that 6 area, and it can get moving and bouncing off of there. So that's your BHAT, BHAT, Blue Hat Interactive Entertainment Technology, and it is setting up there, not looking bad. And Rime, RIME, did pull back there. It did have some dip. It's hitting that bottom. We'll have to see what it wants to do as it opens up tomorrow, and it actually doesn't look bad here. It almost looks like a dip and rip situation, so I would keep an eye on this Rime. I'll definitely look at that in the morning. We'll look at most of these and see what they're up to. That PW, that power right, it did start to move and then it pulled back. It never got through the resistance right there at 131. It pulled back to like 116 area, maybe even a little lower. Let me see. PW here, what it come down to 115 area, and it still looks really good. So I think you had a nice little pullback and dip area on that one. So keep your eye and watch for any more pullback on it. But it looks like it is going to still get set up here, not looking bad. And again, these real estate ones, some of them are really popping off, and some of them are just taking a little longer to set up, which is fine because they'll start to move too. OCGN, this one wasn't looking too bad the other day. It was running up. And then Friday, it kind of pulled back a little bit. And let's see, it's in that channel right there. It must have run up in the after hours, it looks like. Let me see, 72 up to 80. It closed at 72. It wasn't in the after hours. It did run up to 80. I don't even know if I noticed that. But it definitely ran up. Maybe it was in the pre-market because I don't even see it on here. And yeah, it probably ran up in the pre-market there. And then it came back to the MACD line. And it's just hitting it right now. So it's trying to get set up and rolling, and it's got to stay up over this like 75 area, at least 74 to get cruising. So we'll keep an eye on this OCGN. It could easily jump back up and then get reset up and be pretty bullish right there. So we're just keeping an eye on that one. And good old WISA, WISA, was down a little bit. This thing's trying to get set up. And these cheap ones are crazy, especially as they start hitting that line up there in the MACD. They like to pull back and dip and rip. That's why you have to be super patient and just be and kind of make sure that they're crossing through that MACD, and you know they have that momentum, because if not, they could easily get knocked down like this. And we've been watching it as it sets up, and then Friday 128, it goes up to 131, but comes down to 120 and closes at 123. And that 120 could now be its low right there. So as it's setting up, they do bounce around. So you have to make sure they're really curled up and like getting through that line. Even sometimes they hit the line and they don't get to get through it and they get pulled back down. So you really have to be careful on these when they're crossing through, because they have to have that momentum to make sure that they're doing it. They do like to set up a couple times, it seems like. They like to get to that line, hit it, bounce down 2 or 3 times, and then get set up and run. The LRHC is going to do it. It's just basing out down here now, LRHC. And remember, I said I had a couple weeks to set up there, so just watch for any pullback here. Its low is 26, and that might be its low right there for LRHC. That's where it's closed at on Friday. Maybe it pulls back a little bit more into the basement. Again, that's what I was waiting for to see if it wanted to pull back here and get set up. It did run up that day, and I told you guys it did have some setting up to do. So a couple weeks, and maybe it'll be still 2, 3 weeks. I'm telling you, they're running really slow for some reason. They're not they're not moving quick at all, and nothing is really. So sometimes the setups are a lot faster. These ones are just taking their time and dragging out, and it's all across the board. So we've been seeing it as they start setting up. They've just been taking a long time, longer than usual, I think, but it's all good. Again, it's a lot of that cleaning up the wasteful spending and stuff. You're going to see it affect these charts. I've been talking about it, and you will see pullbacks as it happens. It's a good thing, but it will affect it because look how many jobs are getting cut and all this other stuff. And kind of money that was going into the economy that shouldn't have been going into the economy because it was going in people's pockets because they were stealing from taxpayers. So it all trickles down. And again, you're going to see pullback, but it's going to be a good one for sure. And then it'll really get on the right track. So I explained that even before it even started to happen. And even I think before Trump even got in office, I was explaining all that and it would happen. So I think that's what we're seeing. And honestly, that Doge and Elon and them guys, they're just going through every government agency and ripping them apart at like record speed. I don't think anyone expected it to be this fast. I know I didn't think they would be doing it this fast. And the things that they're exposing is just unbelievable. I mean, holy shit. And we always wonder why our deficit could never be tackled or anything could ever happen in this country. They were paying off every media company, everything that was on their side was getting paid off. It was insanity what was going on in this country. And I mean, if you guys listen, you know I've been saying it forever. It's nothing new to me, but or you guys. And yeah, it's just insane what goes on. I mean, the corruption just is absolutely absurd, and they just line their pockets. And now you guys are seeing what I was talking about back in the summer. I was saying this stuff, and now you're starting to see it really come true. I mean, it's more eye-opening than I could ever imagine. You knew it went on, but just not to the extent that it was going on. It's crazy. I mean, crazy, crazy amounts of money being spent on such nonsense everywhere. And again, it's just a way that they can line their pockets and line their buddies' pockets and just keep votes going. That's how they buy votes. That's all they're doing is buying votes, I promise you. So STSS, here we go. It's Sharps Technology. This one's getting set up, and another one of them big fish hooks. And again, we have to watch for that bottom. It does look like it's at 30 cents back there, and this is at 34. So I would keep an eye on this, but just be careful as it's getting curled up there and it hits that line. It should go through looking the way it does. So we'll keep an eye on this one. It is looking really good right there. STSS, definitely a setup for this week. And LYT, latest technologies. This one had that big old dip. I know we were looking at it. It looked good that one day to try to get out of the basement and took a nice dip. And we were watching to see if it bottomed out here. And the bottom was 25 on Friday. We'll see if it drops down any lower on Monday tomorrow. So I'll keep an eye on that LYT and the ADTX. This one was trying to get set up and moving the other day. And then it finished off kind of slow. So it went 9 to 12. It hit that 20, which was the resistance right there, and it closed at 9. So we'll have to see if it can get some legs again. I think it may. I think Thursday was its bottom when it got down to like that 8 cent area, the low eights, and it is trying to get cruising. It's in like the high eights right now. So ADTX, you know, we've been watching this one probably longer than anyone on the planet, I can promise you. And it does finally look like it wants to roll off the MACD and get moving. And we've been talking about it for weeks now, but really talking about the fact that it has to get cruising here. And it finally wants to. How about this AMH, this American Homes for Rent real estate company? Looking good, up 20 cents, up some more. Has their earnings coming up on February 20th, which is in 2 weeks from now. So we still have a little bit of time. Watch for it to get up into that $36 area. It's at 35.87. We've been watching it since it's been running up here. I think we started looking at it back here in the like lower 34s, and now it's in the 35 area, 35.87. So yeah, keep an eye on that bad boy AMH, and it can get up into this 36, and then it'll pull back, have to reset up, and get cruising again. So there you go with AMH and CHSN. That Chance International, this thing's getting set up too. It just has that big old fish hook. It's actually a little closer than STS, it looks like. So let's see, CHSN here. Yeah, it's like right there on the line. So definitely keep an eye on this week. And it should get crossed through. Like I said, these big hooks usually do, especially after them big pullbacks like that. They usually bottom out and get moving. And that bottom could have easily been like that 44, what cent area? Was that 43, it looks like. So it's at 46 right now. And that's CHSN, Chanson International. We've been looking at that, and it doesn't look too bad. Icon, ICON. This was up a penny and another one of them big fish hooks. So we got multiple big fish hooks right here. STSS, CHSN, and ICON all looking good with them big old curl ups right there. And this one's about to hit and looking good. And looks like it bottomed out just the other day at about 30 cents. And you're at 33, so that's ICON. Keep an eye on that. That's a marine shipping in Greece. So keep an eye on Icon right there. This is looking really good too. We've been looking at this next one, RTC. And this one bottomed out the other day. We picked that bottom at 57. We've been watching this thing for a while too. And it's definitely been on the laptop travel list, and it was moving 60 to 78 the other day. It closed at 72, so it was definitely up and moving. And watch for it to try to get up here until like over $1. So RTC does look pretty good to try to move right there. Keep an eye on that tomorrow morning, that's for sure. That's got a good setup right there. And how about that OCEA, Ocean Biomedical? This is going to be a good one probably this week as well. I know it ran up. Was it Thursday? It ran up a little bit. Yeah, it was Thursday, 15 to 24. Friday, 14 to 15. It closed at 13, and it's just setting up. It has that hook to curl up. So we'll keep an eye on this one. It could have a little bit of pullback as it does it. So I'll keep an eye on that one. Let me mark that. All right. And I'll keep an eye on OCEA right there. And we'll catch that one as it curls up because that one's going to be a good one. In ELAB, ELAB. Let's see. We've caught this on a couple run ups, that's for sure. And ELAB is hitting that resistance as of Friday. It's not looking bad, 196 to 199, but it closed at 185. We'll have to see. Has to get right up over this 203 area, it looks like. Let me see. Even if it gets to like 201, it would be much better. It's just not getting into that channel right there. So we'll see what ELAB wants to do tomorrow. It could get right into that channel and look pretty good. So we'll definitely take a look at it and see. And IINN, Inspira Technologies, this one's going to get set up as well. I'm not so sure it's going to curl up just yet, but it is getting set up here. So I think it ran up Friday night. It must have gapped up or something. It closed at 87. It opened at 97. So it did gap up there, and then it closed on Friday. 83 was its low. It closed at 84. And it does look like it's just pulling back a little bit to get set up. And that bottom still could be that 79 area. Just look for any dips. It's at about 84. So IINN. It needs to get back up over that 90 cents and hold it up there to get into that channel to move. It will do it. I just don't think it's ready yet. So we can keep an eye on that one. And that'll be a setup. And BITX is the Bitcoin strategy ETF. And it's been pulling back here. And I'm telling you what, these things are going to get set up like crazy. Something is going on with crypto. I was saying it before earlier. And you can just see it starting to happen, guys. So keep your eye on this BITX. It is going to get set up, and it's got like a very bullish look, but things just want to get curled up there and want to get cruising real soon. You can see it in their eye, and yeah, you can just see it every which way right there. So I would say that they want to get moving. HUT, good old Huts, like a capital market, but I'm pretty sure they're a crypto miner or do something with crypto. I know that. And this one is getting set up right now. It's not exactly ready, but yeah, definitely setting up to be bullish. And it's just hitting that resistance at that 23 area. What it get up to 2285. And it's just not ready to curl up just yet, but it is getting set up to curl up. If you look at the MACD, it's trying to, and that one might not get through on the very first time. Let me look. It's starting to look pretty good. I'll look at it tomorrow morning. I'll look at NBITX and see what they want to do right here. Let me mark them. And ETHT, isn't that the ETHT? That's the Ethereum one, right? ETHT, yeah. The Ethereum ETF right here, and this one is actually just pulled back, but again, setting up down here, and I don't know what the heck they have going on. I was actually saying I couldn't believe how bad Ethereum is, but I'll tell you what, they must have heard me the other day when I was saying that because all of a sudden the charts all started to turn around, and this thing looks way better, making a bottom, and Ethereum does look pretty good, so. It's not popping just at the moment. And like I said, I don't know what's happening with all of crypto, but you can see Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the big guys really getting set up there. So there's something's going on here, and we're going to see them start reversing really, really soon. So that's ETHT, and that's what it looks like to me anyway. And GRAB. Good old grab. Remember, we were saying to grab some the other day and it popped up there. It did pull back, but it's rolling back up there. So, or rolling back up on the MACD. And so let's see what it's at 470 483. It closed at 480. It's in that channel right there of like 462 to about 487. So, it has some movement, and if it gets through that 50 and stays up at like 488, it can really get cruising. So you might want to take a look at it. And like I said, we said it the other day to grab some. It popped up, then it pulled back, and it looks like it's getting ready to want to grab some more. So that's GRAB, and this one's probably an OTCF, or OTCF, OTC, and ARRNF. I was looking at the F and I just added an OTC. I bet I didn't even look at it. Did it say it? ARRNF. Yeah, it's an OTC. American Rare Earths, it's called. And it actually doesn't look too bad. I checked it out real quick when I was just writing down the list just to see what it looked like. And yeah, it didn't look too bad. Again, I just can pull it up on my chart, and it has been up. The 20s curled up, the 50s underneath of it. It ran around a little bit, like 0.1950. And then it dropped down a penny, but still closed in the 19 area. You have to see if it wants to stay up there and bounce, but it doesn't look too bad there. It looks like it's in a bullish trend. So that is that ARRNF, and that is an OTC one, and it's called American Rare Earth. So we'll keep an eye and we can look at it and see if it's definitely going to stay up there. But like I said, it does look like it's trying to get up into a bullish channel. And the good old lion here was up a penny, LGHL, and that one made a really nice curl up. So you want to keep your eye on LGHL, the good old line. It just ran up on Friday. It went 14 to 16, but it broke through that 20. It looked strong, trying to get up to the 50 up here at about 17 cents. So yeah, LGHL not looking bad at all. So keep an eye on the line. We might as well look at our other big catch, JAGX. Let's see what that one, that was pulling back the other day. And it's trying to set up. Friday could be its bottom right there for JAGX. So we'll take a look at it and see. Yeah, it does. It's trying to curl up really hard right there. We'll look at JAGX in the morning and see what it wants to do. It could be popping up. And the good old cheetah, CTNT, looks like it's pulling back right there. CTNT. I don't remember what they were doing the other day when we looked at them, but CTNT is, and this one's getting set up as a matter of fact. Friday could be its bottom for that one. So 206, 201, I mean. So keep an eye on it. It's at about 202, and that is the cheetah. So we'll take a look at it and see if it wants to pull back some more. I'll look at all the big cats, and then we usually look at good old R cat. And that one was up a little bit, and it was curled through there. What was it doing? I forget. I know I was looking at it. RCAT 1067 to 1122. It closed at 1075, and it's not looking bad. It looks like it could get cruising if that 20 starts really curling up there. It's going to be super bullish. So that one could get moving there. RCAT. So we'll keep an eye on that this week and see what it wants to do. And there's some big cats right there. But yeah, the Lions looking good, LGHL. So keep an eye on that. And ARBE, let's see what Arby's doing. RB Robotics. And this is actually getting set up. And remember, these bad boys ran pretty well all the way up to the top. They pulled back, and now they're getting set back up. It's in that channel. If it can get over that 289, it's at 271. ARBE can move, and it does look like it's trying to get set up there. So that does not look bad at all. And KITT, let's see. KITT here. Well, let me see what that one's doing. That's Nauticus Robotics, and they are a aerospace and defense. We've looked at it a bunch of times. It looks like it's trying to really set up here and curl up. I would like to look at it in the morning, KITT, but it has been looking pretty decent to curl up. So we'll see what it wants to do. If it can get into this channel at like 185, it's at 164 right now. It'll probably definitely pop off that 209 area. So we will take a look at KITT and see what it wants to do right there in PNG. What is that one? Is that PNG? I don't even know that. That didn't even come up. PNG. I'm not even sure unless it's a crypto one. I think it could be. Yeah, PNG is crypto. I was gonna say, but and that one actually looks good. So PNG for crypto does look good if that's what it was. That could be a crypto one right there. That PNG, unless I wrote the wrong thing down, but. PNG is definitely a crypto coin, and it is trying to curl up there to the MACD. Looks like it's building a base down here. It's at like 0.17 3900. So yeah, it is trying to build a base and get moving. It's way down. A lot of these are pulled back. I was saying it the other day. So yeah, these altcoins, they must have heard me do that spiel too because they look much better along with crypto. So you may see some of these altcoins run up. I still don't think they're going to have the run that people were expecting, like I was talking about the other day, but they may get cruising very, very soon with the rest of crypto because, like I said, it does look really good, like something's going on. And ACHR Archer Aviation, another aerospace and defense one. And this one's just kind of sitting there on the channel and getting set up. It is bullish looking in a bullish channel way, but it's just kind of sitting right there, and we'll see what that 20 wants to do. It looks like it's going to curl underneath of it and take it up for a ride. So we'll keep an eye on ACHR. I'll look at that one right there. And JOBY, Joby Aviation. This one was pulling back a little bit. And let's see what Joby's doing here. That one is pulling back. I would say that's pulling back, and I'll see what it wants to do if it wants to bounce back. But it doesn't appear to me right now, so I'll take a look at that. And let me take a look at SSTI real quick, see what Sound Thinking's doing. I'm telling you, this thing's going to get cruising. It's just setting up. I don't know what's going on here, but something's looking good. We've been looking at it for a few days here, and I'm telling you what, it does. I just watch it on Monday, see what it wants to do, if it wants to pull back anymore. But I have a feeling it wants to get more set up than not. And that's SSTI. And that Geo was down the other day. It's still pulling back. We'll watch that hit the bottom, and then we'll catch that on the ride up. CXW is riding down too, so that could be finally bottomed out. I know we were looking at it pull back, trying to get set up, and their earnings were coming up on the 10th, which are Monday. So yeah, tomorrow is the 10th, obviously. Today's the 9th, Super Bowl Sunday. So yeah, it's earnings tomorrow. So we'll look at CXW tomorrow. That's at Core Civic, and see what they want to do after their earnings. And COHU, this one took a nice dip as well on Friday, and this one was set up really nice. So not sure exactly what happened, but it was curled through, and all of a sudden made a U-turn, 22.94 up to 23.02. And then it came down to 21.66 and closed at 21.72. And that is COHU. And yeah, it's Kohu Inc. And that one did pull back, and it's getting set up. Maybe it'll bounce right off that bottom. So could be a good opportunity right there. Let's look at some laptop travels. TLS, I had to add to his list on this side because there were so many. So keeping a piece of paper and pen because a lot of these will be set up. This one's curling up there. TLS looking pretty good right there. Let me see what it's doing right here. TLS. Yeah, I would say it's trying to get curled up on that 20 right there. Let's take a look at TRT. Whoop. TRT, Trio Tech International. And this one's trying to curl up. That 20 is, I would say, watch that one this week for sure. TRT. not looking bad right there. So I would definitely keep an eye on. Let's just see if it wants to bounce around as that 20 and 50 meet up. It'll start to look much better right there. And that is TRT and then TSHA. Taysha Gene Therapeutics is looking really good. I keep an eye on this TSHA. It's looking pretty good to try to run up there a little bit more. So keep an eye on that one. And TTNP, let's see what that's doing. I had to start at the bottom of the list here. TTNP is setting up in that 20 and 50. You're going to squeeze that bad boy up. So keep an eye on your TTNP here. It's Titan Pharmaceuticals. We've looked at it a bunch of times before, and it appears that it is getting set up right there. So keep an eye on TTNP, and let's cruise through the rest of these laptop travel ones. And then let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll take a look at whatever you guys want to look at. So I see a couple of them up there, so I'll definitely take a quick peek at everything, and we'll go through. I'll look at the scanner, see if there's anything else popping up, crypto and all that good stuff. And Bitcoin looks like it's at 96,000, and Sol's at 201 right now. So we'll go through that in a few moments. And here we go. Let's just rock and roll through our laptop travel list. ADAP here, ADAP. Adaptimmune Therapeutics is looking good. It's trying to get cruising there. Oh, ADAP, if I could type it in a second time. All right, there it is. It's right in that channel right there. And it is what, 60? It's at 59, 60 to like 62. So yeah, it's got a pretty tight channel and it's getting smaller. So that thing should be getting set up. ADAP, ASK. Is that what I wrote? ASK. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Was it ALK? I have no idea. My writing's so bad. I'll have to look at that one. CDTG. CDT Environmental Technologies. This one looks really good, guys. That one's curling up in a good spot right there. CDTG. So keep an eye. It used to be just CDT, I think, or maybe I'm wrong, but maybe they added a G. I don't even know. They got gangster, but it is definitely getting to be in a good spot right there for CDTG. So we'll keep an eye on that. And good old Craig, CREG. That is smart power. And let's see what Craig's up to. He looks like he has some smart power going on right now. He must be psychic or something because it's pulling back, but I think this thing wants to go up. And it's going to just pop up there tomorrow. It should. It was looking really good. And it has all these crazy looks, guys. Like it almost opens and closes on the same price all the time. And then something's setting up here. So I got to look at this one. I'll have to see what Craig's up to. CRVO. Let's see what that one's up to first. CRVO. Here we go. It was down 2 cents. It's way down there. Just kind of hanging out, dragging that bottom on the 20 right there. And CRVO. Let me take a better look. I mean, it's not looking too bad there. I'd have to look at it tomorrow just to make sure that 20's curling it up and it wants to pop off of there. But CRVO not looking too bad. The Dolphin DLPN. Dolphin Entertainment. And like I said, Flipper wants to get jumping, and it was up 4 cents, and it does look really good right there. So keep your eye on that Dolphin DLPN here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So I think it wants to get moving. So that is the Dolphin DLPN. And what's that? The ECD maybe? I don't even know. Maybe ECDA. I have no idea, but I'll look at ECDA because I see that one. So let's look at ECDA, and it's called ECD Automotive, so it could be that. And it is curled up there and setting up, so this one doesn't look too bad. ECDA. And yeah, ECD Automotive not looking bad right there. I would take a look at that one. And let's take a look at ENTO. ENTO is Entero Therapeutics. This one looks really good, guys. Take a look at this. It wants to get set up and bounce off that trend line. ENTO. It ran 51 to 60 and it closed at 52. And yeah, it does look like it wants to run right there. ENTO. And the good old Fox was running around the other day. I know that. FOXX. It was loose and running. What it do the other day on January 30th, $2.92 to $11. I'd say it was running around, and now it's in that channel. And let me see, just a little pullback right there. Let me see what it did in the after hours for the good old Fox. And it's just pulling back. I'll have to see what that does tomorrow. Yeah, I'll look at Fox tomorrow and take a better look at it, see what that wants to do right there. And GTIM, we've been looking at that and wanted to get moving. It was down a couple cents, but it is setting up. It was hitting some resistance up there as it was popped up. GTIM. 250 to 259 and it closed at 252. So that Good Times restaurant, like I said, is just getting set up to have some good times. And TMCC, where's that an I? IMCC, that would make more sense. That's I Am Cannabis Corp. We know this one. And it's curling up and it's in that it just got into that channel on Friday. So we'll keep an eye on this one. And it wasn't looking bad, just kind of flattened out as it went into that channel. Make sure it stays in there. IMCC, INTI. I don't know what I wrote. INTI. Yeah. Hold on. I don't even know. It's like a game trying to figure out what I even wrote. INT something, I thought. Maybe it's a J? Yeah, oh yeah, with a J. INTJ. That's it. Intelligent Group. All right, that's it. And that was curled up Friday, not looking bad. INTJ. And let's look at it. It went 81 to 87, closed at 83. It's in that channel and not looking bad right there. So keep an eye on the old Intelligent Group. That could be a smart one this week. And KBSX. Let's see what that's doing here. KBSX. And that one's jumped up. It's actually been just kind of running up slowly, but it did get up onto the 20 in a pretty decent spot there. So definitely one that you could keep an eye on and probably will get moving. Laptop Travel has the line on there. We already looked at the line, MDBH. MDBH is just sitting there. It's at 620. Just a little flat, MDBH. Let's see. It is in the 20, a little flat. We'll have to see if it's going to pull back, stay in there. It's just just one that just got in there, and you can't really tell what it wants to do just yet. And is that MRCO? I don't even see that either. What is going on here? I don't see that one. I don't know. Let me see. MRSN. That one's definitely one. MRSN. Hold on. MRSN. Here we go. Mersana Therapeutics. I don't know if we ever looked at this one, but it looks really good, guys. MRSN. I would keep an eye on that. That looks like it wants to get cruising right there, looking decent. And PLUR. This was moving around the other day, I think, if I remember correctly. Pluri. Yeah, it was like jumping around and it pulled back a little bit. PLUR. And it did. It jumped up there on Thursday where it gapped up Thursday. That's what it did. And then at Friday, it's still running around 441 to 451. It closed at 445. And PLUR is not looking bad to try to get set up there. It's not completely set up, but not looking too bad to set up. PMNT, perfect moment. And this one's curling up and looks like it could have a perfect moment real soon. So PMNT, it's trying to curl through and it should. It's hitting that 20 right at that 94 cents where it's at. And your 50's at like 102. So that one's looking pretty good. PMNT, I would say keep your eye on that. PMVP, let's look at that one real quick. PMVP. And let's see real quick here. It's just kind of flat right there. So PMVP. Yeah, it's in the channel. It could be curling up. It might just stay in that channel. I'll have to look at that one. PRQR. Let's see what that's. ProQR Therapeutics here. And it just run up. It looks like a little healthy pullback coming on. PRQR. Yeah, it's just in that channel with a little healthy pullback. So I'll look at that one this week. And SBET is SharpLink Gaming. Let's see what SBET's doing. If they're doing any good bets today for the Super Bowl. And Friday it was 44 to 53. It closed at 48. I think I can't even no, what did it say? 47 to 54 and it closed at 47. So yeah, just right around there. And it is trying to get set up there. It ran up Wednesday and Thursday, so it was a little healthy pullback, but it still doesn't look bad. SBET SharpLink Gaming, and that is a gambling one. So we'll see what kind of S bets they have going on for the Super Bowl and how they pan out tomorrow. We'll look at it. SFWL, Shenfeng Development. I'm going to say that's going to be a China one. Yup, Integrated Freight and Logistics. And this thing's trying to get set up, guys. So keep an eye on this. SFWL. I never even heard of that one right there. So many of them that you just don't even hear of. But this guy is looking pretty good to get set up, so we'll keep an eye on SFWL and Shim Cormick. And this one's getting set up really good. So SHIM. Yeah, that one's getting set up. It's trying to crawl off that 20 and get over to 50 right there. And the 50 is at 266. We're at 253. So make sure it gets through the line first, the MACD, and then you'll worry about that 50 up there. But it is trying to get set up. Just watch for any pullbacks on it. And that's SHIM, not looking too bad right there. And SINT, good old Sint. What's that up to? We haven't looked at this one in a while. And it's been kind of running up there, actually, SINT. And it ran up Friday and pulled back 323 to 326, and it closed at 301. So it could be pulling back right there. I'd have to look at it and see if it wants to bounce off of the line, but I'm not so sure it does. And good old Sky, I told you this thing could run up into the sky pretty soon. So let's look and see what it wants to do here. SK, if I could type in Sky, SKYE. Oh my goodness, SKYE. There we go. And yeah, it was moving 301 to 322. That's where it closed. And I told you guys it was getting set up there and looking good. And that one is looking good, Sky. So keep your eye on Sky and SNOA, good old Sonoma Pharmaceuticals. And they just had their earnings on February 5th. So they did have their earnings last Wednesday, and it does look like it's trying to get rolled off of the MACD right there, SNOA. So we'll have to look at it and see if it definitely wants to tomorrow, but it's a very good possibility right there, SNOA. So I'll look at that one. And SWVL right here, Swivel Holdings, SWVL Holdings, and this one's about to swivel up. So it does look pretty good. It's been just kind of staying right where it's at, and that bottom was back here at 428. You're at 519 now, and it does look like it wants to cruise. So take a look at that one, and that is SWVL, good old Swivel Holdings. And there you go. It's your laptop travel list. And then let's look at our Joe Leach jams real quick. Our AGFY. Good old Agrify. This one was pulling back. It was trying to get really set up there, and I think it is trying to still get set up. It just had to pull back. It wasn't ready to get moving completely, and then it pulled back a little bit. So, yeah, we'll see. It may roll off this MACD this time. I could see it getting set back up this week. So we'll look at Agrify, AGFYC, what it wants to do. And BLNK was looking good last week. It was down 8 cents. So actually, it didn't look so good on Friday. It was looking much better before that. I didn't even notice it pulled back like that on Friday, but it sure did. It went 119 down to 107 and closed at 108. Maybe that's a little dip and rip situation right there. We'll look at Blink tomorrow, BLNK, and see what Blink Charging wants to do. And SEZL, Sezzle, this one's getting set up right there, trying to curl up SEZL. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that one's in that channel. Watch for it to get up here to 286. It's at 254. And they do not have options because I've looked, and that is Sezzle, STRL. Sterling was up $1.37. Remember, we were talking about this one going up, and it certainly is. And it still looks pretty good, guys. So keep an eye on once the curl through, it looks like. So that's Sterling, STRL, and good old Rivian, 32 cents. It was down, and it's trying to curl up, and we'll have to see. I don't think it's going to cross through the MACD this time. It'll have to be a next time setup. So yeah, the semiconductors, I don't know if they were just ready. They're not just ready just yet, but they will get set up, and so will Rivian as well. You could see some of these other ones doing the exact same thing. So we'll look at Rivian, and let's see what Symbotic is doing. That one's just pulled back a hair, and this one's going to get set up as well. So yeah, you got a lot of them trying to still get set up here, and that is what they are doing. That's our Jolie's Jams, but Simbata could have bottomed out there on Thursday at that 24.98, so it's at 26.16. And like I said, it is trying to get set up, and it has some hard support right there, 25 area, and it does look like it's setting up, and a lot of these bad boys do. Let's just look at the RGTI. Like I said, these quantum ones and computer hardwares, they're not ready either. I don't think they're ready to crawl through and get through the MACD yet. They're still just setting up and still have a little bit of time. That QUBT quantum computing, that one's an interesting look. We're definitely looking at that tomorrow. QBTS, let's see what D Wave's doing. And that one's kind of an interesting look, trying to stay onto there. So they are looking some of them are looking a little bit better. Not all of them though. QMCO, that's them sitting on a trend support line there, but not looking perfect. QTUM, the Defiance looks like it hit the MACD and is pulling back. And IONQ, let's see what IONQ is doing. And that one looks like it could be pulling back. So, like I said, I'm not convinced that they're all ready to rock and roll just yet. And that is your quantum ones and your computer hardwares and your laptop travel list and your Jolie's Jams right there. So that's what we're looking at with them. Let me see what you guys are looking at, and then we'll hit crypto and everything else here. ABVX, how you doing, RD? Let's take a look at them bad boys real quick. ABVX, let's see what it looks like. ABVX. It is. Oh, that one doesn't look bad, huh? ABVX here. Abivex. And it was running 593 to 640. It closed at 630 and looks pretty strong. That 50's way up there, like 715. So, yeah, it does look pretty strong right there, I must say. RD, I would look at ABVX in the morning if it keeps that momentum. It pulled back, it says 3 cents, nothing crazy. And it does look decent. FAZ is the daily financial bear 3 times. So this is an ETF. FAZ, good old Faz. And let's see, Faz is trying to crawl up there. I was going to say it is kind of in a bearish trend, but it does want to pop up there. So yeah, I would say it does want to try to run a little bit. I'm not so sure it'll get through that 20. It's at 561. You're at 520 right now. So I'm not sure how much it wants to pop up on Faz, but it does look like it wants to have a little pop up. And WEBS Webs, that's the Dowie Jones Internet Bear 3 times. So this one looks really good. Actually, it's setting up perfect. WEBS, wow. Yeah, that one's looking really good, guys. So I'm gonna have to take a peek at WEBS and what's going on with that, because that is an ETF trying to tell us something, that the Dow Jones Internet Bear is bear. So we have to look and see what that even means. I'm not even sure, but yeah, WEBS looking really good right there. RD, I like that one. NIVF, Barb, let's look at it. Let's see what that's up to, Barbara. NIVF, let's see NIVF. That new Gen LVF, whatever it's called, something like that. And it is tried to run up there Thursday and a little bit Friday, still setting up right here. You just have a lot of runaround happening. Actually tried to curl up and was hitting the MACD, went a little flat there, but did run up some Friday from 19 to 27, and it came all the way back to 13. And I think it may have to just get set back up now that it just ran up. It couldn't really break through that 20 because it just didn't have enough momentum at like 26 cents. It got up to what, 27, yeah. So yeah, it got right there, but that's why it stopped. It didn't have enough momentum getting into that, and it may have to pull back to try to set up there, Barb, for NIVF. We'll look at it in the morning and see what it wants to do. And how about good old Roblox, ROBLX, or RBLX, sorry, RBLX, Roblox. RBLX. Here we go at Roblox. Let's see what it did. It had a nice little dip down on Thursday. It was in the top, and they did have earnings, but it does look really bullish. So it looks like it's going to just rebound right back. RBLX. And yeah, Thursday, what did it do? 74.69 down to $50.75. And it closed at 68. And then Friday, 67.13 to 69.15. And it closed at 66.10. So I think it might have to pull back a little bit, Roblox, to get set up again. So I don't think it's just exactly ready yet. The heck. And that's what Roblox looks like to me. And let me see, that's Roblox. And Scott wanted to see ALLR. And let's look at that one, ALLR. Hilarity. That does look like it's trying to curl up right there. Let me take a better look at it. ALLR. It's trying to. I'll keep an eye on that this week, ALLR. That one could be getting set up, and we'll have a big fish hook. But again, it could actually take a little while because they've been running really slow for whatever reason. And FBGL, and that one is a new IPO, I would say. It just opened up there on the 7th or the 6th or something. And it did it. It opened, well, Friday it went 342 to 385 and came down to 175. And FBGL, let me see if I can see anything different on my chart. Not really. Yeah, I can't tell if it wants to really come down anymore, do anything else. So that's FBGL. I mean, I could look at it in the morning. Maybe we could have a better idea, but I can't promise you. And OV Grows, I am using the Phantom wallet for the meme coins. So I have the Phantom wallet. And who else? Let's see, everybody there. And I think we got all that. Let's go ahead. We'll look at crypto real quick. Then I'll look at our big caps and our SPY and everybody, see what they want to do for tomorrow. And I'll run through the scanners and check it out. And then we'll get back to Super Bowl Sunday. I just wanted to touch base, check out the market, see what we were looking at. As I knew we didn't want to do one on Super Bowl Sunday night after the game or during a game, that's for sure. So we were definitely doing it early. So that's we had a little pregame and for Super Bowl here and the Chiefs Eagles. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. It's like party central around me. Obviously, I'm from the Eagles area, Philadelphia area. I mean, I like them. I'll root for them. And, but yeah, I don't really care too much. Like I said, I just put sports on in the background. I love sports, but I just don't really care about the players or anything like that. I just like to watch it and see a good game. So I'll definitely be watching. And there's tons and tons and tons of parties around here. Everybody's having a Super Bowl party for the Eagles. So it is a good time around here. Everyone's all pumped up. You go out and every store's like, just everyone's in green and just fired up. So it's good times around here. Anyway, let's get cruising and we will look at our crypto and everything. I'll look at my crypto cube here. It's amazing. And our Bitcoin is at 96,000. It's actually down 420 right now from, I guess, when it opened. Sol is at 200. Ethereum's at 2637. And let's see, ADA is at 69. That got crushed down. Doge is at 25. Ethereum's at 2,638. And Ripple's at 240. So there you go with our crypto cube. Letting me know what's going on. And yeah, ADA at 69 got beat down there, Cardano. And a lot of them did, to be honest with you. So Chainlink looks like it's at 1869. And that one was just at like 19 the other day. So a lot of them did get beat down. And I'm telling you, they're just it's like a dip and rip for all of them. You can see something about to happen there. So let's go through the charts and take a look at it and see what's going on here for a crypto. And like I said, Bitcoin's at 96,241. And let's see. It is just sitting there. It's trying to make that base, and I'm telling you, the 50's above it, and it just has this look like something's gonna happen. It's gonna get up on there and just pop. And you're not gonna know exactly when it is. It's just gonna do it, and it's gonna be soon. You can just see something happening right there. Ethereum's at 2,643, and that one is. And remember, that one had that huge channel, and this one's still sitting back underneath of the VWAP, and your 50's coming down to your 200, which is coming down to that VWAP line, which I never even used. They just drew it on. I had to look to see what that even was. I was like, is that a different SMA? I didn't even know what the heck that was, but they just drew it on there. You could see it made a base right there. That's why the charts just make lines, and I just go with it. And anyways, but yeah, you could see it drop down a little bit, but it took that major dip and now it's starting to get set up right here. So you can really see it trying to get set up. and that's Ethereum looks like it, and then Solana's at 200, like I said, and it's been making a nice base right there, and again, your 50 was above it, your 200 was below it, was in this channel, and it did. I thought they were going to meet up where your 50 was going to come down and kind of scoop it up. It doesn't really look like the case. I think it's going to let the price run up to the 50 and pop on it, and then everything's just going to cruise up and carry it. And then they're going to just start running, guys. So that's what it looks like to me. I can't give you the exact time frame, but that's what it looks like. Cardano was just at 69 cents. And let's see what it's at. Yeah, it's way down there. And see, that one's got to come down because that 50 was way down there. And I don't think it's going to come all the way down, though. I think it's going to make it like a halfway transition, and then Cardano will pop up, is probably what's going to happen, I would assume. And Ripple's at 240 right now, and that one's not looking too bad. It is. Yeah, it's gonna start curling up real soon, Ripple. So Ripple not looking bad right there. And like I said, Chainlink's at 1869. And that one is kind of similar to, I guess, more Cardano-ish. Has that 50 way above it. It is inside the channel, and the 200's on underneath of it. I don't think it's going to come down and meet it. I think it's going to just be kind of like halfway, and then kind of let the price come up to the 50 and run up on top. So that's what it looks like to me. And we'll keep an eye on it. Let me just see what the meme coins are doing real quick. I'll tell you exactly what's going on here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get back in here real quick. Hold on. Let me do this. Here we go. Let me hop in there. And so the jowl stool, that's what it's called. That's at 18 cents, like 19 cents right now. So there you go, a jowl stool. And then your ETF 500, that is down at 8 cents. It's down there. So it's at 0.008215 and has that nice wick down. Almost looks like that nice bottom wick where it could pop back up, and it's going to need to. So we'll see what that's up to as well. And there you go with your ETF 500. Yeah, it's a nice pullback, that's for sure. And like I said, this money is just pouring into these newer ones right now. It's crazy. Um, you have Jal Murad, that other guy that they talk about, Murad or whatever, Murad, and that one is at like 0.001806, but that had run up there. And then you have the Jal 2 now. So you got the Hawk 2 girls got a Jal 1, and that thing's cruising, guys. So keep an eye on that one now. And then you got Jal Stools at 18 cents. Another Jal Murad. You got, I mean, there's just a million of them, guys. It's completely insane what goes on. And, yeah, it's wild. There's a big balls. There's an Eagles one. There's Super Bowl ones. There's just so much money getting poured into these things nonstop every second. You can literally just click it. I'll do it right now. I'll do new pairs for you, and you guys can see it. And I'm telling you, it's crazy. You don't even want to get involved. But here's the newest ones. And 52 seconds ago, a deep seek. 27 seconds ago. I mean, a minute ago, there's like four of them, five of them. 2 minutes ago, there's two Jowl cats. How many baby Elon, Portnoy's, Deep Seeks, Carnivals? I mean, just nonstop the same names. You don't know what's what, and it's just a wild, wild west. Pump. You see the gel, everything. It's crazy, guys. I'm telling you, it's absolutely bizarre. And so, yeah, that's what's going on. But Jal Murad, Jal Tua, Jal Stool, they're putting everybody in jail, I guess. So that's what's popping right there on the meme coins. So it is kind of crazy when you look at it. I mean, just tons and tons of money getting poured into these things. It's just bizarre. It's what's keeping Solana up. I tell you that. That's why Solana's at 200 right now, because all these are pretty much running off that network, and it's just keeping it going. So let's go ahead and look at our SPY and our other big caps. And yeah, you can keep your eye on them meme ones. But like I said, that Jaltua, that wasn't even on there before I came on at noon. So that's within the last hour, I guess. At least I didn't see it, and I was looking at them, and like I said, I've been kind of watching them. They're crazy, guys. They're absolutely crazy. Like I said, tried to trade one yesterday. I thought I was going to do really well. I was like, oh, I'll make more souls while I looked at it, yeah, and then you couldn't even sell out of it because they were pulling the rug. It's absurd, guys. So just be careful too if you're jumping in them. It's fun, but it's more like just going to the casino and throwing money around because it's got to be so fast. You're like ding 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 ding. It's like you're playing a video game and you're just trying to like hit the buttons as fast as you can to get in and out of things. It's bizarre. And you just never ever know when that game's going to be over, and there's 5 million more games that are playing on, so it's just crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So Lucid, here we go. LCIDRD. Let's look at it. They do have their earnings coming up on February 25th, so that's down the road. It does look pretty bullish, but you know what? We'll look at it tomorrow. It doesn't. I mean, it looks like it wants to jump up, but it does not look like it's ready to cross through that MACD just yet. So I would take a look at it tomorrow. Maybe it's going to pull back to that 270 area and get set up, but it is definitely in a bullish state. It's going to get cruising. You may just get a better price right there. And what a CT should have taken a flyer on stool per it doubled since stumbled on last night's Rocky Notch. Um, yeah, well, he also has like 2 million followers right there, and he has a hardcore base, so it's a pretty big difference, I would say. Um, what he does, and so yeah, he just got behind one. He did it the other day. He made like 75K. You know how many people were crying when he did it? Everyone was upset. He was making videos like, "Oh, stop bitching, everybody!" Like there was more people bitching than that had made money. Everybody got rug pulled. There was somebody online that he did it too. It was hilarious. There's a not hilarious, but there's a video of it, and they were just all in there, and he's tweeting away, and then the next thing you know, he just decides to sell, and everybody's out. They're done. It's like I said, you can't even sell it at that point. There's nothing left in it, so you can't even get out of it. So it won't even let you swap it. That's what happens when they pull the rug. Apparently this one he's been holding on to it. So, but again, it's just a matter of until when. So it's they and again they're trending like this weekend. Last weekend they did the exact same thing. They a whole slew of them ran up. I'm trying to remember the names of them, but yeah, it was the same thing last weekend. It's like the degenerate gamblers hop on Friday night and they go buck wild all weekend long. It's like nobody sleeps and they just go crazy, guys. I'm telling you, I was watching. I was up last night just doing work, but I was just keeping an eye on it, just seeing it, and it's crazy. It's like nothing you ever saw. It's like watching penny stocks on steroids on speed. It's fucking crazy. I'm telling you, I don't know how anyone can keep up with it. And so yeah, people are losing money for sure, left and right on them things. So that's why I say you better be very careful if you try to jump into any of them things. You just never know at any point. Who's that? Desert Rose. Yeah, we went over STSS and RTC. I'll do them real quick for you. Here we go. STSS. That one's got that big fish hook. There's several of them bad boys. That one, CHSN and ICON. All of them are taking their time to set up. So I'll keep my eye on them, but they are getting set up. And then you also asked about RTC, you said. And that one's definitely getting set up. This one was up that 4 cents. We're talking about it. And that bottom was back here at 57 cents. And we were all over this thing. We've been watching it for a while at RTC. So yeah, that one's not looking bad right there. And Lucid. And then let me go through and see what our SPY and everybody did Friday. And our SPY did end. It was down, I remember, to 600, but it's coming down to that 50 or the 20 and 50, I mean. And it does look like it's hitting the MACD line. Let's see. I'm not so sure it's going to cross down, but we'll have to look at it tomorrow morning. You never know over the weekend. Everything changes very, very quick in these markets now. So, You just got to be paying attention to the news and trying to just stay up on the trend. So it's hard to tell how it's gonna open up Monday. Let me just look at the rest of them real quick and see how we get an idea. Apple was down hitting that line, and it could be pulling back a little bit right there, some more. So Apple could pull back a little bit more. Amazon, that one could pull back as well. It looks like so. Maybe they could be a little more red tomorrow. Amazon's hitting that trend coming down, could come back to that 50 right there. So Amazon was coming down. Google pulled back. I remember they were all red on Friday, and that looks like it wants to pull back some more. So yeah, they could open up they could open up red on Monday. And good old Meta, that one's the only one that keeps going up, but I think it's getting topped out, guys. So be very careful with Meta at the moment, just because I think it's getting topped out. And Microsoft was down $6 to 409, and now that one looks like it's going to have to pull back some more. It was trying to get set up there, and the video was up to a dollar. $1.16 to 129, but I think that's hitting the resistance and going to pull back there to get reset up. So we will watch Nvidia, and Tesla's been pulling back down another $12 and looks like it's going to pull back some more. So just keep your eye on Tesla pulling back right there, and good old AMC. I'm telling you, this thing's getting set up, guys. It's starting to look really good. So keep your eye on AMC this week and even tomorrow, because it's looking pretty good right there. And let's look at that Unity. That was down, and that one's still going to get set up right there. And GameStop, that one's still right in that bottom, right down at the bottom, right in that line is what I'm trying to say, and not curled up is what I was thinking in my head. I was thinking something and trying to say something different, but yeah, it's just riding that bottom line, and it's not curled up, and it's got to get curled up. Is I'm trying to think that and say something different at the same time. I don't know why, but that's what I was trying to do in my brain. But anyway, yeah, GameStop just riding down there, not ready yet. And Chewy, let's look at Chewy here. It's down $1.52, and like I said, that was pulling back. So he's playing AMC right there. I think we have it nailed down what Roaring Kitty does. We've kind of figured out his little method. And Netflix, NFLX, this one's been at the top. It's over $1,000, but it could be pulling back right there. Just be very careful with that one up there. AVGO is pulling back, and like I said, I don't think these semiconductors are exactly ready just yet. And we went through some of the quantum ones. The semiconductors, I feel like, are the same way. Some of them are hitting them lines, but not ready. I think the next time they cross up, that's when they'll be ready. MSU looks like that. It was down a little bit. TSM, that pulled back as well, and again, doesn't look like it's ready. They could change as of tomorrow, but I'm just telling you, SMCI, look which one's up. The one that we said set up, it didn't matter. Boom, that was up $2 and still cruising, so that one worked out. AMD's way down there. That one's pulling back as well. And good old QCOM, that one's pulling back at the moment, but we ran that way up there nicely. And Intel, this one's going to get set up. It's just kind of riding that bottom line right there on its on the support line right there. It's got, so it's just kind of pulling back, nothing crazy, but it's got to get set back up. Intel, and that's INTC, and PayPal right here, PYPL. That's taking a nice dip for some reason. I don't know what happened to PayPal, but they took a good dip. And it still looks like it's pulling back a little bit right there. And how about that snow? It did pull back. Remember I said let it pull back to into the lower 180s, and it's at 183. Let it pull back a little bit more, but snow looks like it's really getting set up right there. And Dell, this one's been pretty bad, but it ran up a little bit Friday, but I think it's going to be pulling back to set up there, so I would be careful with Dell. And PLTR has just been a monster. It ran up some, pull back, and maybe it's a little bit of pullback, but probably going to stay in that top. Sophie was running up there, and again, I wouldn't bet against that one either. And how about Mara? That thing has been just setting up down here, and it is in between. They're trying to get set up, it looks like. So, like I said, they were looking a little bit better the other day, but I still think Mara and Riot are still setting up. I'm looking at Mara right now. It's not ready, but Riot's looking really good, and I think Mara is going to start looking better. real soon. So Riot's starting to get set up right there. It's trying to anyway. And let's look at Clean Spark. That was up there. CLSK. That was moving on Friday and curled up. And I didn't they have earnings like right around there. They did on Friday or Thursday. They had their earnings. And MSTR, a good old micro strategy, is not micro anymore. It's just strategy. And what was he doing? It was up. It was up to 10. It's just setting up. It looks like it's trying to pull back to set up. So watch for any pullbacks on micro strategy, and then it should be pretty decent right there. And let's take a look at Coinbase. That was back up $4. It doesn't look like it's completely ready to get rolling yet, but it does look better than the other day. So we'll look at Coinbase, see when that gets ready. And DJT, let's see what Trump Media was down $1.18. And that one doesn't look like it's completely ready. So it does look like these things have some time. Fun. This one's getting to be in a fun spot. It was down 9 cents, but I'm telling you, this thing curling up, they're just taking forever. I don't know why. They're just taking a long time, guys. Mountain MTN, that pulled back a little bit, but that's crawling up to the line. And that one looks like it should get crawled through there. So keep an eye on that Val Resorts. It's not looking bad. It went 170 to 166, and that's where it closed. So it did pull back there, but it wasn't looking bad. We'll have to look at MTN. And how about McDonald's, MCD? They should be jumping up with the plastic straw ban going out of here, so everyone should love that at McDonald's. It isn't looking too bad. It's trying to get set up, MCD McDonald's, so that one could try to pop up tomorrow. Keep an eye on that one. And let's take a look at Boeing. That thing's been running, but it pulled back. It's still bullish, but it just had a little healthy pullback, maybe a little more tomorrow. Space has been pulling back, and that company's been a disaster. IBM is down, and then we ran that way up there. It's pulled out of the top now. And Disney's down and going to hit some support to set back up. So watch for Disney to come back down to like the 109 area. It's at 110 something right now. And Oxy is down 20 cents. And these things, like I said, they got to get set up in ExxonMobil. That one actually is looking a little bit better. ExxonMobil could get cruising soon. So we'll take a look at ExxonMobil and see what that wants to do. Yeah, I'll look at ExxonMobil. It's looking better than Oxy right there. And Nike NKE, that was down $3 and let that pull back and bounce off that bottom. And DXYZ, that Destiny Tech 100, and that one was pulled back a little bit. So a lot of them are pulled back and still look like they might pull back. McDonald's earnings were tomorrow. I didn't even notice that, to be honest with you. Yeah, you're right. They are tomorrow the 10th. You're absolutely 100% right on that one. Desert Rose, thank you. Yeah, I didn't even notice. So yeah, I don't like the earnings, but yeah, McDonald's, it is setting up though. I'd assume that their earnings might be good. I would just be careful playing it because obviously they all go different ways than you think. Who the hell knows what they even do? And yeah, there you go with that. And let me just take a quick look, see what's going on with our news stories. Um, Executives are trying to figure out Trump's tariffs. Trump's second term requires a new playbook for equity investors. Investors await inflation data amid tariff concerns in the week ahead. And China consumer inflation at 5-month high. Producer deflation persists. And that's that. Let's see what happened on StockTwits. I think it's probably mostly coins are probably trending. XTZ isn't that's not stellar, is it? XTZ USD. Hold on. USD. No, it's Tezos. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I know that one. I didn't think it was stellar, but yeah, that one looks good. XTZ looks like it's about to run, guys. So keep an eye on that one. Bad BAD and DAG, SPX. What's ESE? What's that stock? ESCO, that one blew up on Friday and went way up there. So we'll have to see. BNX, Baby Doge, and yeah, it's all like just different coins that I mean they're like oddball coins that I don't even really know that I've noticed them. I've seen them, I've recognized them, but I don't really know them that well. So nothing that I'd be probably messing around with too much. Maybe quick trades. Like I said, the money's just in these meme coins right now. It's absolutely crazy what's going on over there. So it's just pouring in there. And like I said, it's all night, all day, all morning. It doesn't stop. Maybe it will for the Super Bowl. Who knows? So there you go, everybody. And let me know who you guys think's going to win the big game. And I hope everybody's excited, has something to do, somewhere to go, be safe, have a good time. And I think I got everything. We did our crypto, our big caps, our laptop travel list, our Jolie's jams, our other ones. I checking to see if I missed anything over here. I think I got everything. And yeah, I would say that's a pretty good market review. And I'll be on at 7 a.m. tomorrow for pre-market, so we'll definitely be on to see what the market looks like. I'll keep you guys updated as the evening goes on and or the afternoon and the evening goes on and Super Bowl and all that good stuff. I'll be posting. So there you go, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. And yeah, have fun at your Super Bowl party. Like I said, a little pregame party here. Eagles and Chiefs tonight. And we just ran through the market, crypto, and everything else. So yeah, meme coins are going wild right now, and been a crazy, crazy market for them overnight and all weekend. So yeah, just keep an eye on them. Everybody's in jail. Jow Tua, Jow Stool, Jow the other dude. They're just putting everybody in jail, and them coins are just going crazy. So there you go, everybody. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. Enjoy the game. Maybe the commercials would be good. I didn't even look to see if they even put them out yet. Usually they've been putting them out like early on YouTube and stuff. I didn't even notice any of them out, so maybe I'll have to look and see. But anyway, yeah, enjoy your game, and that is that. And let me know if you guys want to see anything. I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a safe and happy, fun Super Bowl Sunday. And there you go. And if you're betting any of the props or anything, good luck on your bets and good luck with your meme coins. That's for sure because they are wild. I'm not going to lie. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Joseph, JRD, Barbara, G, Sinai, CT, Dark Horse, Alicia, Joseph, and there's a bunch of other people on there that I noticed. So thank you everybody for hanging out Sunday afternoon, Super Bowl Sunday. So enjoy that game, and I will catch you guys at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody.